the return of the axe. And
Axe for an IP is no, it's not great.
no,
It's not great.
yeah, I suggested and I instantly wanted to pull back out. The Broodmother is the ban from NIP, and they're gonna Doom. So some extra level of counter to one of these big AoEs, so they don't have to deal with both of them at the same time.
Really good hero against Tide. If you Doom him, that's one thing he can't crack it off. And then you know, if you get the Doom on Tide, you have this whole fight without a Ravage. Doom and Kunkka can also be super good before he gets ship off. And Doom's laning here, see, that's the tricky part, is that they kind of have to get Doom against Tide, because they don't want Wraith King against Tide, and Doom against Tide I think is also good for Tide in lane. It gets harder later on with the Doom, level 6, but the early laning stage I think Tide is happy. So what you can do as VP now is you can counterpick this Wraith King lane with your carry, and maybe just play like some kind of aggro dual lane with carry plus AA and have the Enigma just eat creeps and go jungle. And if you, on top of that, then get the Tide to play against... okay, Sniper mid. Side lane Kunkka. It's Ramsey's carry Kunkka. Okay, that's another way of doing it, I guess.
You know, I was leaning towards this just because the Slark ban, where I'm like, you know what, this is a classic. Like, it's the closing distance heroes that they hate it. Sniper, no one. He loves playing this hero, especially when they can create a lot of space for him. And IP don't have a great way of getting in the back lines unless it's Moonlight Shadow positioning, or it's actually like Saksa jumping in to the back line, hit a good arrow. Like, that's the only way they can really close the distance.
It's a great sniper game.
Yeah. Good in the lane against OD.
So what they basically decided was they looked at the pros and cons and they were like, even if Kunkka's side lane doesn't go perfect compared to another carry, we think Sniper is the hero that's going to win the game. And this is one of those things that VP as a team can, when they're really drafting their best, they have such an incredible amount of heroes to draw from because, like we talked about, there's so many heroes that are flex picks for VP, and they don't have a problem. They don't have a designated player that needs to be the game winner. Both No One and Ramses are equally good at carrying and winning games, and that just means, well, if it's time, you know, we'll just pick Sniper for No One, and Ramses will play more of a playmaking role. This guy has a lot of experience. I think part of the reason he's really, really successful in his role is his past experience with playing offlane, because he has a very good understanding of how offlaners want to play against carries. And then if he's playing a carry that plays tempo, he still has that, like, he's not the classic, like, super greedy carry player. I'm just going to hit creeps. Like, he plays a variety of styles, and that is, you know, a huge advantage when you can tap into that and get drafts like this. So I really like what they did with the sniper pick. It's cool. So for NIP, in a way, it's kind of similar to last game, where you want to group up and play around this Wraith King. You want to play around Doom's timing. You want to make Oracle useful. Oracle as a hero generally wants to play 5-man at the mid game, so he has somebody to save that he can be useful with, right? He's not a great skirmisher after heroes get tanky enough to survive your spells. He can't push lanes very well. He can't take objectives. He can't kill Roche. You know, the hero has clear weaknesses. Yeah, I think in this game you play Wraith King's timing mainly. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how Ace gets into the laning phase for it all. It looks like for the moment, it's a big smoke up from NIP heading towards the north. Roger almost obliges by running in. He actually sentry warded up the pull point.
NIP saw that.
Yeah. But it's one of those things, like, is this the reason why you start seeing sentries being used, especially over, like, the obs? It's like, well, okay, you can deward that, but you're not going to get your money for it.
Yep, for sure.
And they put down an interesting defensive observer ward right next to their own camp near mid. But it watches the river movements.
It sees the river, it sees the rune, and it sees if people are swapping lanes. Because VP are aiming to get the specific matchup of, I think, Tide against Wraith King. And now that they see Wraith King on this ward and he starts moving up toward the left, look at the movement of Pasha. He's kind of starting to cross up top. And I think at this point he wants to commit for it because he hasn't seen Wraith King rotate back through that ward. And he is indeed making the long walk of the turtle.
So it gives Ramses the off lane. He's already grabbing both the bounty runes on bottom.
This is the exact matchup they are aiming for. And NIP are not going to realize this until now. Now they know.
Yep.
And TPD is going to do his best to try to zone off this Tide. Pasha does not want to TP top. He has to run, because if he TPs, NIP can just swap lanes.
Ace is already heading down to the bottom lane now. So.
And Ace is heading bot. Yeah, okay, so... I mean, if they've already... but then if he TPs top, he can't TP bottom, right? That's like... The dynamic is like this. And yeah, okay. Let's see. So they will TP the Oracle. So that's a commitment here. And VP know this, because he has no TP in his inventory. That VP did TP down here. And they also knew he was top before, because of Tide.
Oh, there goes Mirana too.
Second TP. Okay, they want the first blood.
Yeah, they're probably going to look towards Solo. He's the easier target. So starting off with your fortunes. Arrow. Oh, the creep was just in the way. So they won't get both of their stuns, but it looks like Solo has no real way to escape from this one. That TP, that's going to cost him too. Optimism is one side of the coin, but now he can't TP back to the lane.
I don't want to say that's optimism. That's just naive, man.
Like, naive has been your word of the day. Like, it's popped up a couple of times.
I think I've said it twice.
Yeah.
Word of the day. Said it twice. Uh-oh.
It resonates.
Uh-oh.
Ramses.
He's actually just going
to
to
run out.
Dead.
PPD consumes the mango. He's got Fortune's End available. And well, Mirana's ready to go, and Ramses. Okay, you can taunt your way as far as you can, but it's not going to survive.
Great start for NIP. These 2 kills and shutting down Ramses in the offlane, killing the TPing AA. That's a very big loss. What happened here? And they have to swap lanes. Ramses is actually going to go top. They're like, Pasha, you're going to TP bot to this Wraith King, who hasn't TP'd yet. So if he TP's bottom, Wraith King can TP back top. And he's actually going to start walking.
Ace is already TP'd.
Oh, that's a bit too early. He started walking across the entire map, not TPing. So when Ace is showing now, they have the possibility of swapping with Kunkka walking across. But then Kunkka shuts his own game down too.
And now Pasha TP'd to the bottom lane.
Yeah, okay. Because of Kunkka's TP top, Ace feels like I can TP, because even if Tide walks back up here, the Kunkka can't TP bot. So that's the trade-off. Okay. Fair enough.
Sure. So Roger can go to the jungle. So Virtus.pro still try and get a little bit more out of their lanes. They still haven't been able to pull this camp up on top and change the equilibrium. There's PPD and Wraith King. Maybe they get an opportunity against Ramses. But 33 is having the best time ever. Like, 2 points up in Devour. He's always going to be ahead in the money. He's ahead in the CS. Doesn't even feel like having Pasha on this bottom lane is going to make that big a difference for him.
No, I think at this point, Doom's laning is already pretty set. And he will just get more gold.
Yeah,
that's
just the way the hero works.
Yep.
Oh, this time they're going to get the chain stuns. Oh, Solo. He knew it was coming in. He took the arrow for Ramses. But they have more than enough stuns themselves, NIP, to keep him going and get the kill on Solo too.
It's still a good play though.
Yeah, it's the one he had to do. He needs to keep his core alive.
Yep.
This time there will be a TP back. Arrow flies in again. Solo.
Uh-oh.
Taking it for the president. And yet another hit. My God, Mirana. It just keeps coming thick and fast. Solo goes down once more, and Ramses'
game is real bad right now. That's his second...
third death.
It's his third death, but it's his second time having to walk from base because of TP cooldown. And they know this, so...
Yep. Keep the pressure up. Another arrow flies forward. The Wraithfire Blast is already available. So it's just never-ending chain stuns on these Virtus.pro players. The Torrent will create a little bit of space, but Ramses has nowhere to run, and he knows it too. PPD just throws the nuke at the end. 5 kills in 4 minutes in favor of NIP. And PPD will deny himself to the Die Tower.
Yeah, he spent all his gold on items, gets a free refill. This is a great start from NIP this game. Looking very promising. The one downside is Fata's getting destroyed in mid. It's an unfavorable matchup for the OD, and no one is an exceptional laner. So that's how it goes. If it wasn't for this big mid matchup win for VP, they would be losing 3 lanes right now. Overall. They also have an Enigma in the jungle, let's not forget. So you're kind of expected to lose your lanes by a little bit.
And Enigma is the one who's sitting in the 4th highest net worth at the moment. Oh, pulling back PPD.
His turn to pull the solo. Now he doesn't have a TP. Now he has to walk. Interesting game.
Let's not say that's pulling the solo. We're not going to make him a descriptive word.
Interesting situation in this game, overall.
As we got nighttime fades, the lane rotations have at least simmered. Like it was moving a hell of a lot in the first 2 minutes. Tidehunter's doing pretty damn good on bottom lane. Like it's 2.5k net worth for the Doombringer to the 2.3k of the Tidehunter. PPD's making his move in towards mid. He actually just wants to get Observer Warden sentries down. Ramses.
Nice dead again.
He's got skeletons all over him. Solo's doing the best he possibly can to buy Ramsey some space as Ramsey makes a break for the tree line. Leap forward. Saska, yeah, I can't see him. But arrow dodges from Ramses, but he can't do anything more. The minions were following him to the ends of the earth. And it didn't matter if Saska was going to miss that arrow or not.
So what have we got happening in mid? So no one is going for Midas. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, they're going again. It ain't over. Courier's bringing in everything it can as to fortify itself up. Here's your first Hellfire Blast over on Ramses. PPD follows up with the Fortune's End, and Kunkka just nowhere near enough life to try and survive, but they might get the kill on the Wraith King with a rotation in. You're actually able to connect.
Yeah, that's some damage on the mid tower though. No one TP'd out from mid, so Fata is pushing as fast as he can to put some pressure here. No siege creep though, so not the end of the world. No one is going to start waddling back to mid on the Sniper. He's going for the Midas, obviously an insane item on Sniper because of the cooldown reduction talent. He gets at level 10. 25% lower cooldown on Midas is pretty crazy, and will keep him ahead of the curve of the game.
Love the tip that comes in from Roger. It's like, thank you for taking 2 of my creeps, but it won't matter at the end of the day. Still a lot of space for Enigma to keep farming up. He's already hit level 6. PPD, he's just trying to keep his head above water. He was level 2 until like, well, 10-20 seconds ago.
Yep.
Not a happy day.
He's still having a better game than Solo. They're both struggling a bit here, but PPD's game is better for sure. He has more gold. He got a couple kills. So.
Well, trouble maybe for the Mirana. X marks the spot. It's only level 1, so very low range.
He could have maybe tried for that with a Torrent, and then if it hits, he could have X'd. But yeah, mainly just protecting their own jungle so Sniper can keep farming. There's some serious efficiency plays with Sniper where you stack camps and then shrapnel, and then you retreat to your mid tower whenever you need to defend it, which is what's happening right now. Has to walk over there. He actually ends up shrapneling the wave, so he can stay in his own jungle. Okay, it's gotta come back and peep this one. It got peeped. It's interesting how, in a way, it feels like this game is following a similar tempo to the last game, even though it has a lot more kills. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like this... There's been all of these kills, but the macro game is kind of similar. It's like this lull now where both teams are farming. There isn't that much threat on the map. Maybe you'll get another kill on this Kunkka, but you're not doing tower damage. And VP are just playing the greedier lineup, right? They have Enigma and Tide and Sniper. But
because there's no pressure being applied to them. But like,
they're not losing towers.
Yeah, like, so. But how do you apply pressure towards this? Like, when you've got Ravage and there's Black Hole, it's a very scary team fight. And it's not like you've got enough sustain to play against that.
Ideally, you don't want a team fight right now. You want to try to skirmish and use Mortal Strike to get towers. And maybe there's a play here now. Top, if Wraith King gets in here and uses the skeletons and they get a kill on Kunkka, that could give them a tower. Gonna zone off Solo. Arrow.
That's the 5 seconds done. Solo will most definitely die here. Even with the nukes, Starfall down, yeah, they have enough damage. Kunkka leaves him stranded. Before level 6 is up for Ramses. Like, we're talking about the level 6 is there for Tidehunter for Enigma, but it's not there for the Kunkka yet. It's not there for the Ancient Apparition.
Ramses is off-laner this game.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It does feel like that. Now, Doom goes to work. Man, that range is just in through the tree lines, and that's how you get rid of one of those big ultimates. And NIP keeps the pressure up, dropping the hammer. A little bit more damage is required to kill the Tidehunter, and the Banishment should do that work. And up towards top. Arrow flew forward, looking to just try and contest the bounty runes, but it still ended up being a A 3-for-1.
That was an excellent sequence from an IP. They could not have done any more than that. They got the tower, they got 2 kills top, they got 3 bounty runes, and a core kill bottom with Doom. That was excellent. That was like a 2K move in terms of gold, not MMR. What they did there. So very nice. And that's how you do it, right? They split it up. There was no team fight. There were 2 kills top, there was a kill bottom. No big ultimates were used by the Dire team because they didn't get the opportunity to. And this is what you want to do. Let's see, next time he has Mortal Strike Skeletons, what the next move is from an IP here. Ace is starting to rack them up.
You definitely got to look towards either the tier 1 tower in mid, which is difficult to push into, or take out that bottom tower. Like, there's only so long Ace can stay up here.
I kind of like the mid move next time they have Doom. And the way they do it is not by 5-manning this mid tower, but I think they go for mid tower while he dooms the Tide. That could be a play.
If you're going to do that, then you need a position to get in behind. You need the wraparound.
Well, it depends. If Tide is bottom, if he comes back bottom, he can just doom him and start running at him. And if somebody TPs to help, they lose the mid tower. You kind of need to divide and conquer in this game instead of tunneling on one area.
Well, they're coming over now. We'll see how well these chain stuns work once again. Pasha is the target in the lane.
They can't kill him. They have to go for someone else.
They're underneath the obs, but that's why sentries. Arrow flies forward, no one. It will not connect. But because they've backed up so much, like now you see NIP, even without the heavy push in towards mid, they're beating into the tier 1 tower. Fortification was delaying the pressure.
Yeah, they're not getting it though. Shrapnel's going to take care of business. They don't have that split pressure going on, so VP can allocate enough resources to hold the tower. You need to have pressure on a secondary lane so that they have to choose where they defend. And they didn't get that just then. They still got some good damage in. It wasn't all that bad. But yeah, if they find the sniper kill there, that's sniper and the tower.
Yeah.
That would have been really good. But a good read from no one to get away in time, and as we talked about, they couldn't go on the Tidehunter because, yes, they have stuns, but Doom wasn't there. So he's just going to get chain stunned. He's going to tank all the skeletons with Kraken, and he's going to live.
And it just feels like there's just no great opportunity for anyone. There's no easy pick-off. There's no like straight setup. Instead, it's just farming up until you get the damage output where you then feel like you've got something to work with. But maybe NIP still feels something else. Smoke up, Fada and PPD. Heading towards the bottom lane. Poor Ramsey's had a pretty of a hard day. He is 3rd bottom net worth. As the normally 1 position for Virtus Pro.
Yep.
Fada.
He's dead.
Touch with the banishment.
Arrow.
Yep. Flies in. Perfect timing. And Ramsey's will drop.
Now can they get the tower here? If Sniper rotates over, I think he can defend with shrapnels. Or he's starting to push in mid, so it looks like VP have no interest in trying to defend the bottom tower. And instead they're going to push 2 lanes of their own. They're going to push top and mid.
Fada's trying to make the most out of this stolen int. Up towards Pasha, he's got Veil available, but...
Available? You said it.
I did.
You didn't even notice it?
I did not.
Wow.
I really didn't, man.
You really need your drink.
Beverage! Beverage break! No one. I guess OD coming back towards the mid to do something with this, but again, there's no jump. There's nothing to be done here. So it feels kind of funny, like you've got this nice stolen int, but like, what do you do with it? Like, Wraith King is going for a Radiance build. There's no Blink Dagger build up. And instead, it's kind of on the back of the Fortune's end of PPD, but he does have False Promise now.
Yep.
So pushing these engagements, having False Promise, having Reincarnation that can be leveled up. Ace is holding the point.
Still holding the point on level 10.
Actually, yeah,
you don't see that often. He
Yeah.
has 2 skill points. He
Yeah,
could skill
it's
a talent now.
There we go. He just put the 20 attacks.
He just did the math. He's like 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, I have 2 left. Yeah. Sorry, he's smarter than that. That's how Kezu counts. Okay, so let's see. Bottom lane, Moonlight Shadow is coming out. They're going to be heading up top. And looks like there's going to be no runes here for VP to contest at all, so it will be a 2-for-2 split unless Ace can do some magic. Actually, he's going to get it.
He's
okay.
Moonlight Shadowed.
See ya, nerds.
He feels fine.
Well, that's nice. 3-for-1.
No.
And I mean, yeah, sure, you didn't use the end of OD, but the tempo of the game is fine for NIP right now. They're actually progressing very nicely in their item builds. Doom is getting super farmed, OD's happy, Wraith King is happy.
Oh, they're going in on bottom.
Ace is going to skill ult.
Shrapnel is down. Ace will be able to survive. He's going to get the Mortal Strike out.
Oh, maybe not.
And Pasha's back in again. Torrent, Boat. What else have you got? Assassination. Ramses finds the kill with a ship.
Oh, the Ice Blast saw OD. He has no mobility item.
Oh boy. What do you do here, PPD? Defensive imprisonment. Is there any help that can TP into this?
That's going to be a no.
Well, instead, it's just let OD die, and Ramses gets himself a double kill. They'll take the tier 1 tower.
They just didn't. Did they just not have TPs? I think that was defendable.
Mirana had TP. Doom has TP.
I think Doom didn't at the time. I think that's why they couldn't defend, because they need the Doom to come in there when he's dying the first time.
And now it's Mirana who's in trouble. The Maleficent's making it impossible to jump away. Ramses. It doesn't say triple kill, but it may as well. That's a triple kill.
He's back in the game. He just got 1,000 gold.
It's doubling the entirety of the kills of Virtus Pro in the span of 1 minute.
And that is so good news for him to get all this. Oh, this is Sentry Ward mid. He's not going to get doomed here. Yeah, that's huge. His game was so terrible, and now he's starting to catch up in a big way. Same net worth as the Tide now. And only 800 behind OD, who has had a much better game than him.
It's the fact that 2 of the kills as well were cores.
Yeah.
Like,
he got so much.
Yeah.
And the last guy was a guy with a 4-kill streak. You can't really ask for more.
And they didn't use Ravage. They didn't use Black Hole.
No. And that's what I mean. Like, when the Wraith King dies bottom the first time, you have to make a choice. Either you defend and you TP your lineup in, or it's like, okay, he's dead. And you let that guy die, and that's it. But instead, they TP in one guy. That guy also dies. They still lose the tower. And then they end up getting caught when they're split pushing too afterwards with the Mirana. So it's like, it's kind of 2 mistakes in one that just is really, really impactful for this game in the progression of Kunkka, especially.
We've got some new items up on the field. So BKB.
Moonlight.
Has, yeah, Moonlight Shadow up. Looking for the Blink Dagger initiation for the counter one. That's what Pasha wants to do. Ravage is ready. The arrow will connect. Kunkka. Okay, they're going to let Ramses die. He's got 7-1 charges, won't use them, and this is the difference.
Right back the other way.
Yeah, because you also lost solo. Like, this is not how they want to begin a fight, so they just dodged the fight entirely.
Yeah. And it kind of ambitious push from VP when you think about it. Their sniper was jungling at the same time. So there are 4 heroes down here. They're playing into Moonlight. They don't place a single offensive ward that they got information out of for this play. And you just got to respect that Mirana play is always there. So if you get spotted on any ward walking in, you can get countered pretty easily.
It's actually
good stuff from NIP here.
Such an interesting box as well from NIP with the ward placements they've got. Straight up around the corner. The sentry ward's only, like, it doesn't even see the one up on the hill.
The hill ward is super good. He needs to realize that there is even the possibility of this ward to vortex it.
Yeah, more trouble. Once again, the Ancient Apparition having a hard time. The arrow actually spawned at the very last moment in for him.
He has BKB on time.
On Doom, yeah.
Doesn't need it. False promise.
Wow, that's not what you're expecting. That was totally necessary.
I think it's okay. He could have maybe waited a little bit longer to see the development of the fight, but it's all right. It's the first. Peter just wants to use his spells, man. Like,
yeah,
he hasn't used false promise in the whole game. And now he's like, finally.
If I'm lowest net worth, I can still have some kind of use. I'm just wondering
He's been setting up a lot of kills. He's actually played a really good game so far. It's just, you know, when you're Oracle, you really want to cast False Promise. It's kind of your hero at this point. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm False Promise and I'm Medic.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean any kind of kills. The Virtus Pro have their double Blink Daggers now. So both Pasha as well as Roger have completed them up. No one's still working his way towards his BKB, and Ramses. I was actually wondering what item choice he'd go for. He's gone for Radiance on this Kunkka.
Yeah, I don't think he would have done that if he didn't get the 3 kills. I think he would have gone for something else. But now the timing is good enough still that he feels pretty good about it. And yeah, like you said, the daggers, what you want now in VP, you probably want a BKB on the Enigma, just because if you can blink BKB Black Hole the Doom +1, you can't get countered. There's nothing that stops Black Hole except Doom. there's an OD save and there's an Oracle save, but there's still the black hole is still set up for a good fight for you, even if they get saved.
Interesting Moonlight Shadow. It's like they were expecting someone to be fighting up on top lane.
Bounty runes.
Yeah, 20-minute mark, but no one's going to be there. So it's a straight up 2-2 trade up.
No one is farmed.
Yeah.
He has to be, though.
But yeah, so is the rest of NIP's cores. That the rest of VP's cores aren't looking that fantastic. It's just the fact that Roger's got so much money that keeps the net worth sort of in reach.
Yeah, and considering that this is a sniper that's been free farming and has a Midas with cooldown reduction talent, he's not very far ahead right now. Wraith King's game has been good. He has Midas Radiance and 1k to boot, so probably a dagger we'll see from Ace, maybe? They do have a dagger on OD, so they can choose that as their catch, but then you don't have it as a save. If he's going to blink Astral into arrow, if that's how you're going to initiate every fight, you kind of limit yourself. Doom is getting blinked too, though, so that's going to help.
Yeah, maybe you just turn it into having like more sustain, more control from the Wraith King.
I still like the dagger on Wraith. We'll see.
Oh. Ramsey just wants to push out the lane in relative safety, hence the X mark. But I don't think Ace really wants to have anything to do with this at all.
You just know they've muted them. You know it.
It's like, go, ready. Nah, we're good. We're good. How do we know to go?
I was thinking about all chatting VP ready. I was tempted, but let's wait. Let's wait and see.
Someone has to take it for the team and be unmuted. Like, somebody has to. Or else we'll literally sit here forever waiting to go. So there's the BKB for the sniper, which will come on the courier in just a second. Just trying to get some attention, right? Ready? No. Muted.
Anything they can to communicate.
Get their attention. How about you just wave your hands up in the air? Just make it. I actually think you're right.
This is actually absurd.
I think they're muted. I actually think they're muted right now.
Dude, like, I don't know. I kind of don't want to type it.
Yeah, we're not meant to. We're not meant to do
really
that.
Not meant to type here,
if there's an admin watching right now, he has to ask the question of NIP, have you muted every single player from Virtus
the thing is, honestly, I don't blame them for doing it, because this kind of chat spam can get annoying, it can get loud, it can mess up your own communication. It's like, we just want to play the game. We don't want to listen to your chat lines. Fair enough. Like, you can mute them out and play your game.
Because there's no separate function.
But then we need someone to tell them.
You can't mute chat lines and not mute chat, right? Like, there's no function that allows you to do that.
No, the way you mute the chat lines is text. It's the text mute.
Okay.
So it mutes all text in the game as well, because it's coded in as it's a text line in the game, right? It gets posted in the chat log. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe something worth changing. But hey, OG wouldn't have won TI without it, right? So, maybe that's one of those things you want to keep in the game.
Oh, Peter asks if they're ready. Okay.
Go. Is it Virtus Pro that hit the up pause? Yeah, it is. It's solo.
They didn't know he said go.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, so that's the way it has to. It has to be NIP initiated conversation now. I think Virtus Pro worked it out too. Pat yourself on the back, boys.
That was good timing. Worked it out. Yay!
Boy. Alright, well, Blink Dagger's up for the Doombringer, Blink Dagger's up for the Wraith King, so there's your jump initiation arriving in twofold for NIP.
You know what voice line we need?
What? What, Send? What?
We need that. How do you explain this? It's like that. It's used in like a lot of YouTube content or whatever. The one with like a group of kids going yay together. You know which one I'm talking about? Yay! We need that. That's like the ta-da of that moment there. It's like, they resumed. Yay!
Sorry, let me just...
Maybe you don't get it. It's fine.
No,
It's fine if you don't know which one it is. It's a very iconic sound for me, okay?
Okay.
It's iconic. You probably know it.
I know it. I'm just trying to think, like, hey, I wonder who owns the copyrights for that.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, it's a lot of things which could be used, but does Valve get to own the rights to everything? Maybe
They have a kid invoker. He can invite his friends, and then they can make that sound.
Yay!
You know, let's go.
That's it.
It's within reach.
It's like Sin. All you need to do is replicate it.
Uh-oh.
Bottom lane.
He's got his Radiance flying in.
Imprisonment. Arrow flies forward.
Oh, that was really
right
on the edge.
On the edge.
Didn't really matter. I think that could have missed instead anyway. Wraith King blink, dagger stun, so no problem.
Hey, I'm just thinking that the arrow, with the way it works, like if you don't hit him with a frontal spear, like is it really an arrow hit? Because you like if you're clipped with like the back feathers of an arrow, does that like you get tickled, you don't get stunned?
Yeah, but then you think about how's that possible in real life? Then you realize that's not possible.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Logic and Dota. I can't put the two of these things together.
It's a magical arrow. There's a lot of things in Dota that are magic. And the way
is physical.
The way the arrow works is not about getting hit by the... Holy, that was loud.
Wait, I thought that got changed.
It's not about getting hit by the tip. It's about getting hit by the arrow. If you get hit by the arrow at all, it stuns you. That's it. There you go. Magic explanation is always very useful.
I remember that was part of the changelog like a week ago. It's like multiple things getting hit now doesn't have the huge sound effect.
That did.
Tied anchor smash against I think it was like 12 skeletons.
Yep.
As well as a couple of creeps. That was a good pop.
Yeah. That one can stay.
Oh, here comes Virtus Pro.
Oh, Blink Ravage.
Smirked up, running in with a Blink Ravage and the Ice Blast. It's all gonna hit. And maybe Fada into the back lines can do something about this. Maybe he wants to trigger a BKB. Maybe he just wants to get the hell out of here. Maybe he just wants to die.
Yeah,
Ramses gets a triple kill.
He can't even BKB TP out because of the black hole. So that's a crucial move from VP. NIP probably felt in a good position. They had like the high ground position. They were standing up there, and then the smoke's just beautiful. And yeah, like you said, 3 more kills for him. He's 7 and 8. Like, when do you actually see this on a carry, like ever, in this kind of game? But it's pretty weird.
When do you see this on Ramses after what was a terrible start at the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
And he's still not in the top 4 net worth, and he's got 7 kills and 8 deaths.
Yeah.
Because all those deaths were in the early game, like almost every single one of them. But he's got 7 out of 9 of the kills in Virtus Pro. Now top lane, Ace jumps in, easy initiation. The minions do the work because real kings don't do that work themselves.
No, just walk away. Let your little guys do it.
My people will kill your people, and then everyone has people. Pasha, you got the bounty rune.
Let's play some Dota.
Let's not listen to this because it's muted.
Scotty close to done on no one. He's got like 1,300 to go-ish. Bit more, 1,500.
Hiding of NIP is going to get very interesting then, especially if they don't get that blink jump correct.
Yeah, this honestly is not as clear-cut of a game as last game in terms of how you just felt in the last game that eventually NIP, unless something great happens, they were gonna run into trouble. In this game, they could win this really late too. They have the tools. It's all about who gets the jump, who has the vision, getting the Doom on Tide or Enigma, and fighting around them when they don't have those big ultis.
Being pushed back for the moment. But NIP are fine with that. Long stun arrow over on Roshan. Begins the fight. Ace again. He has his peasants to do the work. Feeding into Roshan.
Marana with the Solar Crest.
Solar's like, I'm going to put an Observe Ward up. Wait, why have I got 2 sentries here to kill? Oh, damn it. Going for the second sentry's going to kill me. It's next level. Play. Ace finds it.
And back to Roche. Now they don't have Ice Blast to scout with. Not back to Roche?
Well, they got Ravage up in 3 seconds timed, and so maybe they want to do it, but the BKB's coming in for Roger. They're going to have to kill Roshan pretty fast.
NIP, or VP can't win this fight unless multiple heroes stack in the pit. I don't think the fight is really possible. Like, they're going to have to initiate in, find a good black hole. Wraith King will still have ulti, and they don't have an AA Blast. This is just not.
They're on the other side of the map. What are they waiting for? They're waiting for OD to come over?
Yeah, they want Fatsika Datus.
Okay. So, OD protected. Love how he goes for his movement speed as well over the null increase. Just backpacking the null.
Yeah, I like that too. I think the move speed's probably more valuable. Which is a bit weird when you think about it, because the null costs twice as much, but or almost 3 times as much.
It just feels like it's less efficiency, right? But what you need. So BKB's done for no one. Ramses is working on his own.
Oh, it's actually only twice.
And
Okay.
with all these BKBs, you crunching the math now?
Yeah.
With all these BKBs, it does start to limit the effect of Fada. But that's why he's going in for this Blink Scythe. Can't use BKB if you're turned into a pig. And smoke up from NIP.
Okay. This is a big moment.
They move towards mid. Pasha. Let's see how fast his reaction can come in. He's not feeling right about something. So they come back underneath their own Observer and Sentry. Roger's taking care of the bottom, but no one's adding pressure. And now Ace, it's Solo again. With a blink forward, there's no way Solo can survive. Goes for the confidence wall of Vortex,
BKB.
instantly taken off. And with the BKB from no one, they work with the Ravage to bring down first the OD. To break through the Agassi Maul, and Roger hits the black hole. 33 is trapped in here. The ship will come in as well. Fada, he's just got no life. He's got no movement speed. Ace ran around the back lines, but now no one can just change his target. Try and kite out Ace, but Ace has to just BKB and TP away to safety. Assassination will give the extra damage to get this kill over into 33. Tries to juke inside the Fog of War of Roshan, but Roger jumps forward. No one's turn to get the triple kill. And that's a nice way to now go 4-0-6. On this sniper, and definitely hit number 1 in net worth.
Yeah. Almost got Mjolnir now. That's you know, it's one of those moments where I don't know if NIP know about Roger's BKB, but that's the game changer or the fight changer right there, right? Like there's the respawning hero and there's the Doom that is standing next to the grave, so he just casts Black Hole in good time. They combo it with the Ghost Ship and just follow through with all of their spells. Very nicely coordinated from VP. And that's a big win. They got multiple kills. They take the mid tower. No one BKBs to TP out. Wow. Whoops. It happens.
Hey, safety.
It was pretty big in that moment, actually, that when Fata blinked up, because he saw the sniper after the AA kill, no one BKB'd when Fata blinked in to banish him. So Fata was caught in this awkward limbo in between and kind of just ended up having no impact in the fight because of it. If no one gets banished there by OD, Fata can reconsider and reposition himself, change his approach to the fight, but wasn't given that luxury.
30-minute bounty runes. Hey, Solo, would you mind being the sacrificial one?
Hey, dude, you want to pull him back next time?
It's all fine. It's fine. It's just Solo. He can die again for that.
The moment he gets stunned, you get him the hell out of there. There's no way he gets that rune.
Man, he's actually,
come on, man.
He's actually in the running for the Belk Award. He's 0-10 if Virtus.pro is capable of winning this game. But my God, he's hitting hard.
A lot of his deaths have been good though in this game. Have to.
It's always for a purpose.
You have to remember how many of his deaths have actually kept cores alive. He's tanked arrows for his teammates. He's tanked smokes.
Pulling forward.
It's good.
Nice imprisonment. The arrow's too far away though, so you'll need to have Wraith King also jump. And they don't want to do that. Instead it goes the opposite direction. The jump comes in once again from Pasha with the Ravage. Ace's TP out will not complete in time. So the reincarnation will burn. Ice Blast will have no effect, but Ace cannot walk away. No one with a double kill. Assassination flies forward, but it's just Asuka running into the trees.
No one is so strong.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least Suxa was able to escape. Upside. But no one's pumping out so much damage. And what does he get next? He's already attacking so hard and fast.
Yeah, you buy some damage, I think. Buy a damage item. Daedalus might be good. You have the attack speed from Mjolnir. I think Daedalus is really good here. Actually. Probably the best item. Let's see. And again, another, like, you gotta be on your toes as an IP. If you stack up your heroes just a little bit wrong, you get Blink Ravaged like that, fight's over. Peter can't get caught. He needs to play behind heroes, and they need to make space for him to fight. If Oracle ever presents himself, it's so easy to just make the snap decision to go in, because then the save is dead, and you can just continue to roll through the fight with Sniper in the back lines.
Sniper's going to go for Lincoln Sphere as well.
That's very defensive.
And
BKB Lincoln Scotty?
You're getting another one over on the Tidehunter too. So is double Lincolns on the way for VP.
Maybe it's like, the only way I die is if I get hexed by OD, right? But that can still happen when you have a Lincolns. If you blink Astral instant hexes, you still need to be pretty quick on your fingers to react to that one. If OD comes out of the fog, he's going to catch you off guard.
Unless they end up just giving like both Lincolns over.
Oh, he changed his mind. He's going Satanic. I don't like this. I honestly don't like the Lincolns that much here. I think it's good he changed his mind, but I don't know if I would have changed the Satanic either.
And IP's coming for the fight. PPD. First man up, first man down. Observer and Sentry's being planted. Alright, they're just going to do the dewarding. And
Solo.
Once again on the front lines.
No.
Ace jumps in.
No.
Number 11.
Did you see that crit? 777? He's got the jackpot on that one. And Solo is 0 and 11. Okay.
Yeah.
9 more to go.
He'll get there. I believe in miracles. Actually, I have never actually given a full Melk Award out since the initial Melk Award.
Yeah, I don't think it's happened
Yeah.
in a competitive game.
Let alone TI.
Yeah, well.
Sure. Smoke underneath the ob, so NIP. Good information. Know that Roger and Pasha are waiting for an opportunity. As they Moonlight Shadow underneath the Dire Observer Ward. There is the Gem of True Sight over on Tidehunter, but they're using the arrows to just check the trees.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And time just keeps ticking by, waiting for Roshan. He may respawn in 40 seconds time. Then we'll see the real counter.
NIP are losing all their words.
Yeah. Problem when you put down your Observer and Sentry, then you see an Observer and Sentry, you're going to lose everything. And another Mirana with another Aghanim Scepter, BKB from Ramses.
Yes, too.
Really wants to kill off Doom, and okay, he uses it after he gets X mark back.
He's too fast.
And I think Ace is looking for another kill over on Solo. He's coming forward to do the warding. The arrow flies forward, doesn't connect on its target.
Solo might think there's a ward now with that arrow flying in. He put down a sentry, but there's no ward. So.
And they're so paranoid as well about going for these bounties. Both the bounties on bottom can go to Suxa.
Oh, he could have checked that rune, actually.
I think he's also paranoid. Like, they only saw one hero showing up on top.
Yeah.
And as you said, like, the vision is gone. So, what do? You go back, you continue to farm. You got an Aghanim Scepter Mirana for our second time today.
I love this assassinate talent. It's so good. Like, the way it sounds when you cock up the gun and then shoot it right away is so perfect. It's like click, click, boom. Right away.
Yeah, that was a fun song. We always used to play that song. And the old, well, before copyright. I mean, wait, copyright always existed.
Before copyright.
Before we cared about copyright. Alright, so NIP. Look towards Roshan. Virtus Pro should look towards that bottom bounty rune. They'll probably be very surprised once they realize it's still there.
Yeah, I'm going to see it eventually. I think no one's going to run through it now. And we're like, hey.
Hey, oh, money. Sure. I'll take that 112 for everybody. And NIP is so cautious about going for Roshan, and you can't blame him. Like, there's so many huge AoE abilities that can just destroy them if they get into a choke position. That's why Ace is just never-ending army of minions inside the jungle getting information. Now the Scythe is completed on OT, so they bought the time for Fada.
And this Roshan is really the big thing to look out for both teams. They're not going to let it go.
Yeah.
The big thing right now is getting useful vision, and NIP have secured themselves good vision over the top rune area and a bit of vision leading into the river. So they should know if VP are trying to do something, and VP on the other side have their own defensive ward on their side of the river, and then they have a ward that oversees mid so they don't get backstabbed, and they have a ward top that's got 4 minutes left on it actually that gives them some pretty good info too. And it's kind of just about like who gets useful info first.
Ward gone.
Well, that's one down.
Plus 250 for Pasha.
Yep.
Advantage of having a gem. Moonlight Shadow, but they do it right on top of the Dire Observe ward in front
They
of the
might
tier
still
1
get
tower.
a Doom off on Tide. Maybe.
Pasha is close, but now 33.
That is greedy.
Wow.
Wow,
Actually,
that's so greedy.
he's going to BKB anyway. And
Oh my. I can't believe you just did that. That's actually the greediest thing I've seen today. Wow, dude.
Well, Irish flying forward once again. Ramses finds himself a target, but defensive imprisonment. Save is available. And I found a way that no one's able to, Sol is able to survive. He just sits back behind the tier 2 tower. As on the other side of the map you can play.
He's still pretty useful to his team though. He's got a Glimmer Cape and Ice Vortex. I think that's a kind of a criminally underrated spell actually. When we talk about AA, people put, you know, focus mainly on the Cold Feet and the Ice Blast, but Vortex is a sick skill. Even level 1 is such a great value point. It costs 40 mana, and it's a 15% slow that gives vision and gives magic amp. In a pretty big area. And he took the cooldown reduction talent, so he can have 10 of these at a time. Right now, if he casts them non-stop. He does not have mana for that. But in theory...
If he actually had items, then he might be able to do this.
He's eyeing an Axe. I don't know about that.
Maybe they feel this game's going to go on that long.
I guess it's good for outlasting Oracle ulti. That might be why he's buying it.
You see 33, like it's like, okay, well, I know what I need for this late game. Like I need a Negative Scepter as well over on the Doombringer. Getting a Pistol Blade build up from Ace. Fighters going in for Shivas after having Hex. PPD's just dreaming of a better world.
Yeah.
But I always love this with Miranas, like these 4-position Miranas that we've seen now 2 of today, where you're just able to get Saxler now, like a Blink Dagger, an Aghanim Scepter, nuke a creep wave, and he can just solo push everything. And it won't matter if Roger has Eidolon conversions. They're all going to die.
Yep.
40-minute bounty runes again. Got it.
Why did Kunkka just say welcome back to Tide? You're supposed to hate him.
Well, obviously they have to play on the same team, so they've managed to put the differences behind themselves.
Only for a moment.
Only, yeah.
But yeah, winning is fun, so it's probably worth it. Any big talents coming up, actually? So no one's got 25, and he took the attack range. Nobody else is 25. So the next one's coming up, Kunkka 25, probably going to take the Ghost Ship Fleet. And tied with a 250 damage or 25% CDR. Both talents are really good. And for the other side, Wraith King will more than likely take the Blast.
The Reincarnation cast, Wraith
The
Fire
Wraith
Blast.
Fast.
Wraith.
Yeah, okay.
Death Fast.
He doesn't have good enough cores for the Vampiric Aura.
They're going in. How quick can VP do this under the cover of smoke? NIP. They're close. Here comes the arrow. Flies forward. Just short of no one. So Roshan down to 50%. Trying to get rid of the illusion so he doesn't see the information inside the pit. Another arrow flies in. This one will connect over on Sniper. Ace jumps in. Fighter with the BKB. Where's the extra help? You're already going to lose no one, or are you? The Roger! Black Hole is doing the work, but no one He also got stunned up by Roshan. He's trying to attack through this. London's attempting to do his work with the Ravage. They're buying the time. Doom is the first one to die out of all of this. Buyback now to come thick and fast after Rame's got himself a double kill. And PPD holding Roger in position with a follow-up stun. They maybe have enough damage to get the kill. Yes, they do with the Infernal Blade. Roshan still so low on life. 880 HP. Virtus Pro, they're doing everything they can. Now Mirana, leap in. She'll get hit. Ace is back in again. You've already lost the Mirana. The kill. It goes the way of the Radiant. 33's got the Aegis to the Immortal. They'll stand their ground. The torrent connects over on 3.
Oh my God.
They just go up and then they come down just as hard. Aegis doesn't mean jack. It just means you get to die again.
Oh, that Ice Blast, dude. That was... Oh. Depending on who you cheer for, you either hate or love to see it. I don't really cheer for anyone. I just want to see good spellcasting. That was... Oh, man. That's so satisfying.
You know what? At the end of this game, like, I'd actually like to watch that replay again. Like, I'm fairly certain we can bring that up. Save it for the archives.
There were so many things in that fight. I'm guessing we might... Let's see if the game actually ends here.
Yeah, the game may end. There's 3 heroes who do not have buyback for over a minute.
So the main
if
thing I
VP
want
work this out, they just and they do it. They just go straight for the tier 4 towers.
Yeah.
They understand the buyback conditions because they actually burnt them for that fight. So this is the game. This is Virtus Pro winning this.
Game ogre.
Yep.
Wow, that was a sick fight. There was so many cool things in that fight from both teams, really.
And then the instant hit on Ace as he came into. They hit PPD in the back line. Solo will take care of him. He actually ends up finishing this game with kills. But GG, well played. Virtus Pro will 2-0 NIP. But as we get out